What is going on, everybody? The well-anticipated video here. Welcome to kind of like MTV Cribs, but sim edition. So welcome to the little room tour, little setup, and more importantly, the sim rig setup. So it's officially winter, and obviously the cars from the last video are pretty much put away along with the truck and everything else. But I told you guys I'm going to break you down into my setup here. Not only the little room setup, not that it's perfectly clean for you guys, but a little breakdown on getting into sim drifting and stuff like that. How I started, what I'm currently on, and all that good stuff. So I'll bring you in right now. Before I dive into it, guys, we have our brand new chrome elegant tees along with the shorts I'm actually wearing. These things are pretty sick. These are our new releases basically. And yeah, we got it right here under the tree. And yeah, it's pretty sweet. It is fully reflective, full chrome. Elegant tees. Get them while you can. I could probably get them out at this point before Christmas for you guys, so anybody who's interested, link in the description to our Instagram. DM us on there, let us know your size, all that good stuff. We'll set up payment information and get these right out to you, along with, of course, all of our other merch that we sell, all available right through our Instagram. But don't mind this cluster mess of the little RC garage setup and everything. But we have right here the whole little setup. And this is how all the merch is made. I make it right here in-house. I make it as the orders come in. So we got plenty of more to go out. We have all the pre-made stuff already done. Everything is made right here in-house by me. So we'll start off with the setup. And we'll kind of go from there. So obviously, not too bad of a little setup for a room. This desk, I ended up getting an absolute steal on. We'll start off there. The desk is super sick. I ended up getting this thing for absolutely almost no money off Facebook Marketplace. This is like a very, very, very expensive desk. It's like pretty much solid steel with wood boarding. It's pretty freaking sweet, and I wanted to obviously match the aesthetic of the PC and everything else, and that's exactly what we ended up doing with the all white, as this little guy wants out. Moving on from the desk, we have all our film stuff right over there, and we have our two Alex drawers for storage, for the vinyl, for all our materials and stuff like that we use, along with some extra tech stuff and all that good stuff for YouTube and everything else that we do. Moving on to the things that you probably more so care about. Rather, I'm not going to give you a full equipment breakdown on how I make all the merch and everything else, but it gets done right here in-house. So we have our iPad. This is how I actually monitor chat and stuff like that when we're in stream. So that works out pretty good. We have our 55-inch curved Samsung 4K TV right here, where I'll also maybe play back the stream as I'm live and stuff like that, see if it's coming out good for you guys. We are going to start live streaming every single Monday on the sim for you guys right here on YouTube. So I hope you guys do tune in and find a liking to all the sim content and videos that I'm going to drop. So breaking it down here, we have a carpet. I cut a section of carpet just to kind of hold the chair. This is an S-Racer chair. It does the job. I mean, you guys can definitely get something a little bit better, but it does the job. And the carpet, I kind of lock the wheels into the carpet so I don't slide around. Now, onto the sim. We got a Acer 27-inch monitor, I believe. It is a 75 hertz, 1ms rate little monitor there. Nothing too crazy. We got the headset with the G. This was actually made for me at Fuel Fest. Pretty cool. It's my car. On it, for the headset stand, I just mounted it to there. Pretty cool. We got our Cairo Razer face cam, so for streaming and all that good stuff, we put that on there, just a nice little clip design. I can kind of move it around anywhere with the ring light if we need to, and stuff like that. Give you guys all the angles right here while I'm drifting. We got a custom, I actually built this keyboard. It's a full custom keyboard. It's a bulletproof glass keyboard with white pudding keycaps and like MX red switches. Model O mouse, I just have it all set to purple. I can kind of make whatever color I want. Galaxy LED mouse pad, mouse bungee, all this little fancy stuff. But when we have the sim bolted to it, we actually slide the mat over the stand. So it looks a little messy right now, but yeah. So we got these braided USB cables. I actually got these off of like Amazon, and I'm running 2 of them currently right to the top of the PC, and they're super long. So one actually goes through the monitor hole there and connects to my USB e-brake. I got the Katana on there. I actually love this e-brake. I've never had a problem with it, and I'm pretty sure this thing was like $60. So for you guys on a budget, I mean, you can't really beat it. I did make this e-brake out of like 2 other ones that I had broken previously. So I put this kind of together. It is a basic, I guess you would say the eBay e-brake. It was probably like $60 or something like that. So not too bad. Now the sim, pretty funny. This is, so everyone really desires this stuff, and I'll get into the modifications and everything that I did do, because every single thing is pretty much modified. Yeah, this actually got tipped to me from the business. So ironically enough, I polished a set of wheels for a good customer of mine, and he had a pro drift friend, and he actually upgraded his sim to direct drive and all that good stuff, which hopefully we do in the future if this stuff takes off. But he had all his old equipment. He gave it to my customer, and my customer had no use for it. Polished the wheels, the kid paid me, and he was like, oh, you like drifting and sim and all that kind of stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I've kind of always wanted one. So this was actually gifted to me by a customer of mine, so I really appreciate it. So originally, I did have to change some things, but we'll go to the pedals. We have a modded set of G25. This is like the first gen Logitech stuff that came out. Obviously, they're on newer stuff now, but they haven't made too many changes. Everything's kind of the same. So to start off, we have the G25 pedals from the OG, but they are modified. So the clutch is significantly stiffer. The brake is pretty much the same, and then the gas pedal is pretty much factory stock. So the springs and stuff like that inside here were swapped out. There's little bump stops inside there that you can remove and give the pedal a little bit more motion as well. So if you wanted to go with like a more real feel, there's plenty of videos on here on how to modify the Logitech gear to make it feel more realistic and kind of give you the best bang for your buck, especially, you know, if you don't want to spend a ton of money on a sim but want the realist feel. There's so many ways to mod these things, and I'm sure you guys can find other videos. So that's it for the pedals. And then moving on to the wheel. Now, this is what actually broke. I had a G25 wheel. It had the kid's wheel out of his 240 actually on the setup. And unfortunately, it actually ended up breaking on me. So what I did was I was actually on Facebook Marketplace. I got this G920, the newest wheel that the Logitech offers. It was brand new. The kid was parting it out basically. So because everything you find, you got to buy in the full kit, and I didn't need to do that. I already had everything. So luckily I was able to get this wheel for like $80, I think, on Facebook Marketplace. It was brand new, almost right out of the box. The box was thrown away and I got the wheel. It was fully factory. So what I did, I took it all apart, I modified it, and then added this adapter. And then this adapter allowed us to put an actual wheel on. In the future, I don't know if it can really withstand the weight, because this is already a lot for it, and I don't want to throw it off and make it too unrealistic. Because you have to realize, guys, this wheel is not a direct drive. It's not going to have the throw and stuff like that of a direct drive wheel. But I'll tell you this gives me plenty of real feel, and I have plenty of fun on it. And yeah, I've been sim drifting for about 6, maybe 7 years now. And I've had this for the last 3 years, and the thing works like butter. I mean, it's like brand new still. The G25 wheel, I actually snapped the internals on and broke it off the desk eventually. So yeah, it was definitely time for a new wheel. But this wheel, if you guys watched our video at Formula Drift, I actually won this. This is an autographed wheel, and by Nonstop Tuning from FD Driver. So pretty freaking cool. This is a limited run wheel, and I'm probably going to end up, what I was saying with the quick release setup is I have the other wheel that we put in the G that was originally on the sim, and I think it's kind of a sin to not have this wheel in the actual car rather than on the sim. So we have a normal white wheel that's actually over here. We have the white and neochrome that's got the quick release on it. That's usually what's on here, but I've had this on here since the day we got it. I just felt guilty putting this into a seat time car as well. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, but regardless, we got the nice deep dish wheel with the adapter, fully modified. I can make a video on this if you guys want, on how to mod the Logitech wheels so you can actually have a real wheel on there. I've done this for plenty of buddies and got them into sim drifting and stuff like that. So this is a must-have item, because that little wheel, though it will have a lot of force feedback and feel a lot more realistic, it's just like a go-kart wheel that these come with. So you lose a little force feedback, you can adjust some settings and stuff like that, and make it feel pretty damn real when you have the real wheel on there. So that's what I did. I can still get to all the buttons and all that good stuff, but pretty cool. Even got the horn button and everything on there. So we did a lot of modification to this one. And the shifter, this is the OG. This is like the most desired Logitech item ever. These shifters with the pad, so you can actually have access to all these other buttons and stuff and bind them to do different actions in AsettoCorsa. Pretty cool. So this is what we have. This is just an adapter, and then I put a shift knob on it. Obviously, it's a bit obnoxiously tall, but it works. I wanted to kind of make it a full, as realistic as possible. So that's basically it for the sim rig. And then obviously we have all the wires run, the other USB cable all the way down there. From the top of here, connects everything in. This runs to an outlet on there. And yeah, everything has power. Everything works absolutely flawlessly. And if you guys tune into my sim drifting content, videos, and the live streams every Monday, you will see that this little setup gets the job done. I mean, for me, the G920 setup itself for the pedals, shifter, and this, maybe $300 or so, plus add an e-brake for $60 or so. Of course, you got to have a PC setup and everything else. I definitely have a decent amount of money into it, but for a sim rig, it's about as cheap as you can go. I mean, I have about $60 here, $80 into a wheel. I mean, especially if you find it used, and then I got the wheel for free. I won in a raffle, and then like a $30 adapter, and then the rest was just kind of my knowledge to hook everything up. Maybe a couple cables here and there, stuff like that. So I'm really not into this for any kind of big money at all. I mean, the chair even was like $150 on Amazon. So it's basically an RX Racer knockoff. Obviously got some wear over the years, but yeah, I've had this stuff forever. Yeah, and then of course, if you guys care, this is my PC setup. I originally got it as a pre-built. The PC is pretty expensive. I got Misa in there, and yeah, if you guys care, it's a normal CyberPower case, Asus motherboard, Ryzen 7 3700X processor, a Radeon 560X graphics card, 4 sticks of 3600 RAM. That obviously changes color, so we got like 64 gigs of RAM, 16 or 8 a stick or something like that. Then we have the Netgear Nighthawk to better stabilize our connection. And yeah, and the ring light in case we need some extra lighting to bring us a better quality stream. So yeah, that's the PC, all the gear, pedals, and pretty much all the little accessories that I do have. I also, might I add, if you have a headset, which obviously I do, that's a Kraken Razer headset. That headset was pretty expensive. It's got full surround sound, THX spatial audio, all this crazy stuff. But putting that on so I could chat with the boys in Discord while we drift, pretty sick, and the headset sounds so good with the car noises. But there's a lot of times I don't want to have a headset on, all that good stuff. I will obviously on stream, but when I am sessioning by myself, kind of got the whole little setup here. And what I do is I click over here, click on my sound bar, and then I have the massive subwoofer in the corner. So the got all that, got the sub and all that, and this absolutely sounds insane. It's literally sounds like you're at a drift track when I have the whole system set up. But obviously not too bad of a setup in here. We get all the merch done over here, and then we have all the driving and sim stuff over here, which is absolutely sick. And the beauty of the budget rig is that it can be completely taken down and stored away. If you guys are curious, I have monster LEDs on everything. I have them behind the TV, on the edge of the desk, and then I just added a bunch more underneath just so I had kind of some footwell lighting and could see if, God forbid, I slipped off the pedal or something like that. But yeah, we'll have a lot of content here, guys, and I'm really excited to show you. There's several other brands you can go with as well. I know like Thrustmaster makes like a T300. I think even like Turtle Beach now has like a clip-on direct drive to a desk. Yeah, what I would say though is this is what I have, and the gear-driven stuff has been good for me. If you want to go belt, get a T300 or something. Sim drifting isn't the only thing that I do, so I definitely wanted something that can be taken off a desk, stored away, which is why there's a wiring mess there, because I do have it pretty much down most of the time, rather, and I bolt it up whenever I want to actually drive. So that's why it's kind of set up like that. And I like to be able to store everything right underneath the desk, slide the mouse pad over, and be able to game. We play a lot of Call of Duty and all that kind of good stuff as well. So yeah, along with running the business and designing merch and stuff like that. So the sim can't always be in my way, so that's why I went with a setup that can be easily removed for everything else that we actually do. But what I would recommend is get a very sturdy desk. Do not cheap out on a desk. You will pay the price, probably end up breaking it. Don't cheap out on a PC setup. Get a good enough PC to do everything that you need to do, along with, of course, running the sim. You don't have to spend a ton of money. There's plenty of deals used out there that are plenty good. But yeah, get yourself a solid setup. Get yourself a budget-friendly rig. Maybe you care about having it unbolt and all that, just like I did. So that's why I went the route I did, along with the fact that I didn't really have a choice because it was kind of given to me. But I love it that way. And I wouldn't change pretty much anything that I have, other than maybe in the future, when we get a shop, a house, whatever, I'll have a full direct drive, cockpit, and all that kind of stuff. But hey, this is how we learn to drift, kind of, and I'm hoping it definitely helped some of you. Then right here, we have a little outside view out the window, as you see this massive turkey vulture up there in the tree. And then, yeah, look at him. Figured that was worth sharing in the video. I just happened to be filming and seeing him out there stretching. Pretty freaking crazy. But yeah, right out the window, we have all the vehicles right here, and then the van right below us. So pretty cool. And you come on in here, and this is the full little setup, minus the sun glare. But yeah, not too bad of a little setup to have right in your room. But yeah, guys, that pretty much sums up the sim rig. I don't want to keep rambling on and on and on, but this definitely looks pretty freaking baller at night. I have a projector that goes on the ceiling as well, so everything's pretty lit up. It's kind of a vibe in here, and we'll kind of all, whoever's over or whatever, we'll kind of hang out, maybe hit the sim and hang out and all that good stuff. I could play YouTube up here. It's just a pretty sweet setup for really the amount of money that I have into it. So if you guys are on a budget and want a sim rig, I really couldn't recommend anything more. I would say if you are starting out, this is more than fine with you. I mean, I've been on this setup drifting competitively. Those of you who don't know, I competed a lot in CarX. That's kind of how I learned. I don't recommend learning that way though, because it taught me all the wrong ways to drift because it's so arcadey. But we did have our fun. I was on there for like 3 or so years, and then moved over to Assetto in the last 4 years or so. So pretty cool. So I used to compete a lot, and now I'm kind of competing in AsettoCorsa, which at this point, I definitely need to upgrade and go direct drive and stuff like that so I could take the quick release wheels out of my actual car and just bolt it right onto a direct drive hub, which will give me a lot more force feedback. It's a lot more realistic. But for a budget-friendly rig, you can easily get away with this, learn on this, and then be able to take it right into your car and the skill translate completely. Obviously, it'll be a little bit different, but the best way of doing that is to go direct drive. I will tell you that. And I'm really looking forward to going direct drive, but for the money, I mean, you really can't beat it. Though I'm pretty sure now they have direct drive rigs that are actually not that badly priced compared to this. It's like, you'll spend a couple $100 more, but I mean, if you got it, you got it. I mean, go direct drive right from the rip, but the setups are more annoying and it's a lot more involved. So if you know what you're doing, go for it. If not, I made this video hopefully to help a lot of you, and hopefully it did exactly that. But I'm not going to ramble on too long. This is the setup, the little room tour, where the magic happens. This is what we got, and we make the best of whatever we got. So yeah, if you guys like this video and you found it helpful and you are looking forward to our sim content coming out, we hopefully are going to do like a video a week and then a live stream as of right now, at least every Monday night. So if you guys like this video, please drop a like. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. I tried to break down everything as best I can. Sorry if I missed anything. There's definitely a lot there to cover. But yeah, I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, stay tuned for more sim drifting content and then real drifting content come spring. So we're going to see if a sim racer or sim drifter can, take his skills into the actual car and it actually translates. So we'll have a whole series on that coming in the spring. Hint, hint. And yeah, hit us up for merch, all that good stuff. Like, sub, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Peace.